For me, what was always drawing me to the story of Shelby and Miles and the Shelby American team and Ford and Ferrari and the rivalry were the unique group of characters that gathered together, all of whom were so opposite. I mean, you had, even among the corporate world of Ford, you had such different personalities as Henry Ford II and Iacocca and Leo Beebe. In the world of racing and hot rodding, you know, Carroll Shelby is kind of a salesman and a hustler, and a character who was kind of compensating for the fact he could no longer race himself. And Ken Miles was a completely different character, kind of a hothead, almost unable to somehow be flexible enough or polite enough to kind of survive in more trying or stressful social situations. And so, and you add to that kind of all the other characters that came along with Shelby American, who were all kind of out of the Los Angeles and Southern California kind of hot rod tradition. You'd had kind of expert engineers, guys who had come out of the war and kind of gotten into cars. You had kind of surfy, hot rodder kind of characters. You had beatniks and just racers, drag racers, all of whom were part of this world of cars in the mid-60s in the Southern California area. One producer on the film say at one point to me, like, well, there's only so many ways you can shoot cars, you know, meaning, are you going to pan like this? Or are you going to travel along like this? And I was like, we're not going to do any of those. Meaning, my thing was like, let's get in the cars. I don't want to cover it like they do on TV. Meaning, I think the way it's going to feel like a movie is if the coverage of the race feels like nothing you ever saw watching, you know, Wide World of Sports on the weekend, that you're much more with the driver, breathing with the driver, feeling the road, feeling every decision they're making with the gear shift, with the steering wheel, feeling the weather pressing against you and all the other oppositional forces against their vehicle and their success. In an age when everything feels possible because of computer graphics and visual effects, we wanted to make a movie where you felt the high of being on the road and not a kind of tentpole movie digital simulation of it, but the reality of it. And that visual effects, for me, my kind of evangelism on the movie was that I always wanted them to be supplemental, about completing grandstands or sets we couldn't afford to build, but that the action on the road would be real and would feel real. Our driving team, that was very much their kind of mission statement, was to try and achieve everything they could as safely as possible as it happened. I think it's a movie about friendship. I think it's a movie about brotherhood. I think it's a movie about the things we accomplish in connection and in collaboration with others, and that our own selves, we all can become enlarged and extended and our abilities heightened by those around us. And that the unique cast of characters in this film all could never have accomplished what they had accomplished without each of the other players.